tranquilizer for those who have families exchanging time with each other. Our next speaker is Nancy, and her presentation is sunny Cali. Nancy.
Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, I want you guys to imagine that you have a big beach towel and you lay it down on the sand. You lay, you relax, you close your eyes, you listen to the waves. The sun is shining brightly. You can smell the salty ocean. This is where you can get from one of the many beaches in Southern California. So my speech is about a short trip to Southern California. So I'm going to give you some ideas of what you can do while you're out there. I'm going to go back to the beach example, and I'm going to focus on Venice Beach right now. Venice Beach is a very famous beach, which I'm sure you've all heard about and seen on TV. It has a huge boardwalk, and on it you can see anything from performers to vendors to artists, and then you can also ride your bike, go jogging, go rollerblading, and while you're at it, you can pass by and see Muscle Beach. And this is, I'm sure some of you or many of you have seen this on TV. You can see some of the big men that are bulking up and getting even bigger. Or you can keep going and you can see people playing basketball. They call it street ball. They're actually very good, so you can actually catch a very good basketball game for free. NBA players have actually developed their skills there, and they've also been recruited there. I just found out. I was doing some research. So this is guaranteed good times, Venice Beach. Aside from the beaches, which there are many, another great thing about Southern California are all of the theme parks. So you can be one day taking pictures with Mickey and Donald, and the next day you can be looking up at a very tall, fast, and very scary roller coaster. The very first time I went on one of these, and this is Magic Mountain, and the first time I did this, I was about 10. So I was thinking I was so cool because I was with my older cousins, and I was going to go on these cool roller coasters, and I was thinking, oh, this isn't a big deal, it's going to be fun. So I get on Viper. It starts off, it's going pretty slow, so I'm thinking, oh, I can handle this. I look down and I see the drop. So as it drops, it feels like it's going at the speed of light. And everybody starts screaming, and I want to scream because everybody's doing it. I'm 10, and I'm thinking it's a cool thing. I open my mouth, nothing came out. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. So it keeps going, it finally stops. I felt like all of the blood had been drained out of my body, and I was completely pale. And my cousins can tell because when I got off, they asked me if I was okay. So I told them I was. And this is going to sound very strange, but after I got over my fear, Magic Mountain became one of my favorite places to visit as a kid and as a teenager. So not so much now, I kind of get the headaches, but it's still a very fun place. Another really cool theme park is Universal Studios. And here you can get the Hollywood feel because you can go and see the biggest movie set around. You can actually go on rides where you will be put into famous movies or TV shows like The Simpsons or Jurassic Park. And you just feel very Hollywood there. Once you're done with that, you can go nearby and go on the famous Walk of Fame, which is the most famous sidewalk in the world. This is where you have the stars honoring the celebrities. So it's a very cool thing. It stretches out for 18 blocks, so most people probably don't do the whole walk, but it's just very cool to see all of the stars. Another thing is shopping. You gotta go shopping while you're out there. And if money is no object for you, then Rodeo Drive is your place. But I have to warn you, if you're like me and you can't afford this place, it can be quite depressing. I went there when I was in college, and I just remember going with a couple of college friends, and none of us are wealthy. So we go into the stores. I remember seeing these fabulous black stiletto suede shoes. Then I look at the price, $500. And I'm thinking, the shoes are pay rent for a month. decided to keep that roof over my head and left very depressed. So, other places that I would recommend are Melrose, is where you can find some very trendy, affordable pieces, and the very opposite of Rodeo Drive is Santee Alleys, which is in downtown Los Angeles, and here is where you can find all of the knockoffs, or you can just find very, very cheap clothing. And if you don't want to go shopping for clothes and shoes and all that, then just go for the experience. Grab a hot dog. They have all the junk food that you can imagine. Grab a smoothie. So just go and experience it. So these are just some examples. This is a very short trip. Obviously, there's much, much more to do in Southern California. But if you want to get away for maybe a weekend, 4 days from cold Chicago, go soak up the rays in sunny Cali.
It's a wise idea as Chicagoans to have an escape route planned now.